Dave Allen, Jonny Fisher. The undercard heavyweight fight of Fury Usyk 2. Well, there's another one, Thomas fighting, but this is the main one. The undercard, underwhelming, you could say, but still, it's still a great undercard, in my opinion. There's still great fights on there. And the best undercard by far, fight for me, is the most interesting one, and the one I will follow the most, is Jonny Fisher versus Dave Allen. Dave Allen, Jonny Fisher, whichever way you want to say. I think Jonny Fisher is the A side, but look, Dave Allen's the bigger name. And I like Dave Allen, so I'll say it either way. Both good guys, I'll be honest. Both of them sound as a pound. Both likeable guys. I just favour Dave Allen because I followed him for years. His boxing career. Watch all his YouTube videos. If you don't watch him, go watch him. David White Rhino Allen. If you watch my channel, you should be fucking watching his channel, because he knows a lot more about boxing than I do. But yeah, Dave Allen, great guy. Jonny Fisher is also a great guy. And whoever wins, there'll be respect after. I am rooting for Dave Allen because I do prefer him. I don't prefer him. I do like Jonny Fisher. It's just, I like Dave Allen. I am a fan of his. But the fighting on the undercard of Fury Usyk 2 in Riyadh. And what a fight it's going to be. I'm going to do a background of both of them and judge who is actually going to win the fight. Take the bias out of it and judge who is going to win the fight. We'll start with Dave Allen. He's been boxing way longer than Jonny Fisher. And if you didn't know, Jonny Fisher's first professional spar was against Dave Allen, if you didn't see the video. Dave Allen did give him a bit of a pounding, but it was Jonny Fisher's first spar. Dave Allen, he's had a very up and down career, but he's had some very high highs, and you could also say he's had some very low lows. Peak, his best, probably the Lucas Brown fight, let's be honest, where he beat Lucas Brown with that fucking beautiful liver shot. Bang! Great knockout. I love body shot knockouts. They're just beautiful to watch. Yeah, he's had a very up and down career from, he beat Nick Webb. That was a very good, brought him back into the limelight. When he was first coming up, he fought Dillian Whyte and Luis Ortiz, both on short notice. And he didn't really train for him. He's been notorious for not training for any of his fights. He just, technically, and, raw ability, he's very good. And if he did train hard throughout his career, maybe he'd achieve more than he did. But he still had an amazing career. He fought Dillian Whyte, he fought Luis Ortiz. Took Dillian Whyte to a decision. He didn't win the fight, but look, still took Dillian Whyte to a decision. Luis Ortiz, he lost to him. Luis Ortiz, he's a very good fighter. He's fought the best of the best. Then there was a LeRon Thomas fight, which was, his comeback fight from, having them two massive fights where he didn't get paid a lot. I think he got paid 10 grand for the Luis Ortiz fight, which is fucking mental. He fought LeRon Thomas for the British. He fought LeRon Thomas for the Commonwealth title. And it's a real shame because he lost on a split decision. I thought he won the fight, to be honest. He fought in the rematch and Dave Allen got cut and they had to stop it. So you had to really feel for Dave Allen throughout there. Lost the Commonwealth title on the first fight, which he should have won. They had the rematch. And he probably would have won that fight. He looked sharp in that fight. He trained for that fight. But he didn't get didn't go his way and he lost. And a draw it came out to. Tony Yoka in France. This is going to 2018, didn't box the best there. And then, out of nowhere, that knockout of Nick Webb launched his career back up, and he was up to the heights. And after a few fights, he fought Lucas Brown, who is a great fighter. Fought world champions, I think he might have won an international belt himself. And he beat Lucas Brown, and that is the pinnacle of his career. And then after that, the obvious fight to make was David Price. And look, David Price he had an upsetting career. He only won a British and Commonwealth title. He was expected to become a world champion. And the hardest he's ever trained for that fight was against Dave Allen. He trained so hard because it was his last fight. Pretty much. It was now or never. And Dave Allen, he didn't train the hardest. He was, if you see these videos, go watch his videos after this video. He said he was shitting it going into it. He heard the cowboy music, which, if you think about it, Dave Allen's had that cowboy music daunting. When you're coming out a 6'9" giant and you're Dave Allen and he didn't really train for the fight and he drained himself just to make the weight good. He lost to David Price. He lost, retired him. It was on a bad way after the fight because he did take a beating for David Price, but he never gets knocked down, David Allen. He stays in there and he's a scrapper. He rides shots. He's good at riding shots. He never takes them on the full force. And he breaks you down. He's not a pretty fighter. He sometimes can do a good knockout punch. But he's very smart. He breaks you down. He brings you into a dog match. After the David Price fight, fought some in a few small shows. Then he got the Fraser Clark fight. And the Fraser Clark fight, I didn't think he did too bad in. He was having him alright. Fraser Clark was doing a lot of body shots, doing a lot of low blows, which he probably could have got disqualified for. Hitting low blow a lot of times. It didn't affect Dave Allen too much, but he still got hit low blow. It does affect you to a certain degree. Then I think he pulled his collarbone and he had to be retired in the 6th round, which was really upsetting, but I think he got a good payday for that. So, fair play to him. Then after this Fraser Clark fight, which was in 2023 not long ago, he had a few small shows. And the Jonny Fisher fight was there. He wanted the Jonny Fisher fight. I think Jonny Fisher realised that was a great fight for him as well. He's pushing for the fight, and instead of going for another small show recently, he has fought Jonny Fisher. The path for Dave Allen. It was, great height going up to Dillian Whyte and Luis Ortiz, then crashing down, building back up, fighting Lucas Brown, lost to David Price, come back up, and now he's here at Jonny Fisher fight. Dave Allen, he's 32. He said he's going to retire at 35, which I believe he will, so he's got 3 years in the sport. It's a shame he hasn't won a title yet. He probably deserved a Commonwealth or a British title. And he didn't get it. He got unlucky, let's be honest. And I think his goal is to get a British title. I don't think he'll get it with Fabio Wardley there. But after he goes, he might get an English title. I think he's above English title level, definitely. He's at British title level. It's just Fabio Wardley. He's above British title level, but can't get the fights to get up. So hopefully he can get that British title fight. And I think if he beats Jonny Fisher, might have the fight against Fraser Clark. I think that's a possibility. Now going on to Jonny Fisher. He's very young, he's only 25. His first pro spar was against Dave Allen. And he's currently 12-0 with 11 KOs. His last fight, which, took him up, was Alan Babbage. And he's pushing to, get to that British title level. And he's very good, Jonny Fisher. His dad's probably more famous than him. And he's a sound guy. He's been doing a lot of podcasts recently, going around, getting his name up, promoting the fight. And this fight, it's a great one, honestly, because you've got two guys which are very good, who are honestly sound. They're both nice guys, but they're going to go in and they're going to have a war. And I can't wait for it. Now, going into the tactical side, Dave Allen is very experienced. He's an old dog. Can he learn new tricks? We don't know. But look, he breaks people down. He breaks them down, brings them into a dog match. Sometimes it takes too long to get into fights. He takes too much punishment. And, he's riding the shots, so he's not getting hurt really until the end of the fight where, he does get caught up a lot. And he does get a bit, fucked. But he wears you down and tries to go for the stoppage. Or because he don't really get much points victories because he's always walking down, taking punches. But when he does land that shot, he does, and he'll jump on you and he'll win. A lot of the problems with Dave Allen throughout his career was his stamina. He hasn't really been training for fights. But he's been training for this one. He has been training. I do think they've given him 10 weeks to prepare. So it's only right that he does train for this fight. Jonny Fisher, very young, powerful, technical, good. And this will be an amazing fight. I don't know how many rounds. I think it's going to be a 10-rounder, maybe a 12-rounder. It'll probably be a 10-rounder. Who am I going to pick for the fight? I'm going to pick Dave Allen, I'll be honest. I think Dave Allen, he knows more than Jonny Fisher. It'll be a close fight, but I think Dave Allen doesn't know enough to beat Jonny Fisher. I don't think Jonny Fisher's careers will be over at all after this fight. It'll probably make him a bigger name. Because the both two, I think it'll probably be a close fight. They'll both put it all into it. And if it's close enough, it might be a rematch. We'll see. It's a very good fight. They're both probably getting paid very well for it. Respect to them both because they're both sound. You don't really want to pick one of them to win because, they're both likeable. But for me, Dave Allen, come on. Do us a good one. But thanks for watching, boys. Please like and subscribe. Put down in the comments what you think of the fight. I think it's an amazing fight. You might diss the undercard thinking there should be more world title shots, more world title fights on the undercard. Maybe they should. But look, this fight's an amazing one. I love it. It's great. Should it be in Britain? Saudi Arabia, it's good for it. But thanks for watching, boys. Please like, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.